It's mailbag time here on Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham. Appreciate you guys for clicking on this video here on the channel. Ready and eager to answer all of your questions. First up, K-Money Moody. What's up? Appreciate the super chat. Jaylon Johnson, Trevis Gipson will break out on the defense. If that happens, that's a good sign. I think this defense has potential to actually be pretty damn good, K-Money, so I'd love to see it. Chi-Town 65 with $2. Appreciate it. Harrison has Bears fans forgot the regime with all curl routes. Oh, yeah, we don't want to go back to the Nagy era where 3rd and 9, let's run a 7-yard curl route. Thanks, Nags. We've moved on. Jaden with $2. Appreciate all the super chats, guys. Favorite game day, wing flavor. I just like honey barbecue or just barbecue. That's kind of my go. I also like dry rubs. Dry rubs with ranch to dip into. That's heat as well. I'm not a buffalo flavor guy. I know that's weird. Producer Jax, he's a buffalo guy. I like lemon pepper. I like garlic parmesan. That's all good stuff. I don't mind getting a little hot, too. I can do some hot wings. Matthew Lane, $2. Did you see the Bears are as big spenders in 2023? I think so. Some of that will depend on how this year goes, but they're going to spend some money. I mean, they're going to have to. You can't enter the season with just $90 million of free cap space. You have to fill, I think, 90% of your cap. I think that's a league requirement. So they will spend money. Some of that will be on guys they currently have. Roquan probably. Darnell Mooney most likely. Maybe David Montgomery. An extension. Trevis Gipson maybe if he has a big year. I mean, some of those guys could get contracts. And then, yeah, they'll still have money to go spend on other free agents. I definitely think they will be spenders next year. They won't go crazy. I don't think that's going to be Ryan Poles' philosophy, but they will spend more, I think. Liam Eichen with the super chat. Appreciate the $2. We just traded Quinn to the Chiefs. You baited me, Liam, but it's a super chat, so we have to get you on the show. This is not true as we're currently filming this, but maybe it will happen. Who knows? Juan Espinoza. What free agent wide receiver would you like the Bears to sign? Out of all the free agents left, I mean, Will Fuller is probably the most intriguing to me because I think he fits Justin Fields' skill set as a vertical threat. Yes, he's injured a lot. I mean, there's no doubt. But on an incentive-laden deal, I'd be interested. Cole Beasley is a quality slot. He was banged up last year. I think some teams, aren't super interested in him for reasons, regardless of how you agree on it, on how vocal he was on his vaccination status. As long as he's not causing rifts in the locker room, his opinion is his opinion. I think more so he's like 34 now and he's got some injuries. He's a guy, though, I'm trying to think, who are some other receivers? I mean, it's thinned out, to be honest. Jarvis Landry's off the board. Julio Jones maybe. I'd be open to that, but, they might be done. They might be done at receiver. Julius Johnson, could Chicago trade for Tyler Lockett, speaking of receivers, after June 1st? So Tyler Lockett, because there was a lot of crazy trade rumors around him months ago, but none of it was possible until after June 1st, because before June 1st, the way his contract works, the Seahawks can't trade him without eating like over 10, 15 million in dead cap. But after June 1st, they can trade him, still take 7 million or so of dead cap, but actually save 3 million. Quite similar to the Nick Foles pre-June 1st numbers, actually. But in his case, it's post-June 1st. So trading for him after then is possible, at least. But again, I don't expect it. I don't think Seattle's going to do that, but it's at least possible at that point. They were never going to do it before because you were paying money to trade him if you're Seattle. But maybe it happens now. They get a second-round pick or something like that and save some money. They're rebuilding. I could see it for Seattle. Now, would you do it? Would you trade like a second-round pick for Tyler Lockett? I'm not trading a first for him. He's around 30 now and good player, but not like a true number one. Honestly, he's kind of around where Darnell Mooney is at this point. Similar type player. Really good number two, but Lockett's not improving still, whereas Mooney is. But he'd be a great number two, I will concede. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Second-round pick for Lockett? Maybe. What do you guys think? Tyler Smith, sign Odell Beckham. Oh, there's some juice. That's another free agent receiver. I don't think the Bears make sense. A, he's not going to be healthy for a while. B, I think the Bears can surprise some people. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl, though, and he probably wants to go to a team that has a chance to do so. Georgia Rebel, why is Vildor still on this team? He's garbage. I'm assuming this is in response to Jaylon Johnson working with the second team, and I think Vildor was getting the first team reps on Tuesday. Like Eberflus said, don't read too much into that. But Kindle Vildor, why is he on the team? Number one, he's on a rookie contract, so he's cheap. And number two, while has he been good? No, but he has starting experience. That's valuable in a backup. I don't mind him if he makes his team as a backup. I don't. If he and Thomas Graham and maybe Duke Shelley are your backups, all three have starting experience. That's valuable. Philip Palmisano, after the draft and the first OTAs, what are you most impressed with and most concerned with about the players they have? Most impressed. I think I'm most impressed with how Justin Fields has taken on this leadership role. That's what you want your young quarterback to do. All signs point to that. That's good. Most concerned. I wouldn't even call this Jaylon Johnson thing a concern. I'm still concerned about the offensive line. We haven't heard negative reports, but I just worry that they're going to think a little too highly of the guys they have, and then a game or two is going to have you be like, oh crap, you needed another starter. That's what I'm a little concerned about, but it's early. I think a lot of things are positive coming out of Hallis Hall. Follow us on Rumble for more Bears videos over there for free. If you've already subbed on YouTube, following us on Rumble is an easy way to support the show. Cool feature on the app, if you have it on your phone, is you can listen podcast style. You can open other apps and roam other things on your phone, text messages, whatever, and the video will keep playing, whereas on YouTube, if you don't have premium, the video will actually pause if you are not in the app at all times. So keep that in mind. Rumble.com/Bears now. There's other content creators on Rumble as well. Sports, news, politics, tech, business, crypto, whatever your flavor is. Go check it out. Rumble.com/Bears now to follow us, and then go roam that platform for more videos. Another super chat from James. Appreciate the $5. Bears need pass protection. I think Kmet will break out as a pass blocker and keep similar receiving numbers. That would be great for Fields, in my opinion. That'd be good, too. Yeah, you want your tight ends to be good blockers. That's why I like the James O'Shaughnessy and Ryan Griffin pickups. Those are professional tight ends. What do I mean when I use the word professional? They're quality blockers. They're good safety valves as receivers. They're not flashy players, but they're going to give you snaps, and they're going to give you good snaps. I think this tight end room is actually in pretty good shape. Scoot Taylor, do you think Fields has enough wide receiver weapons to succeed? I think he does have enough. He said so himself. Could you add more, and would I like them to add more? Absolutely. I don't think you can ever have enough, but I do think he has enough to grow enough. Like, I don't think we're going to be looking at the end of the season and be like, oh, well, Tajay Sharp as your wide receiver 5 was the reason that Justin Fields didn't take a leap. I don't view it that way. If Fields breaks out, that means he's grown as a player. Now, you can't have garbage at receiver, but they don't have garbage. Mooney's a good player. Pringle's a solid player. I think he'll have his best year of his career. Kmet's a good tight end. I think he'll continue to improve. And you have some good backs, and you hope Velus Jones and one or two of these other wide receivers give you good production. And if that happens, then okay, you're in good shape. Monsta, over under 1,000 yards for Monty. If it's total, clearly over. If it's rushing, it's probably a good over-under. If he plays all 17, I'll say over. He's been prone to miss a couple of games, so maybe a tick under if he does. I think he's, right at that 1,000, 1,100 yard type of season for him. Khalil Herbert, I think, will get some carries. I think Treston Ebner could as well. So I think the over-under 1,000 is actually pretty good. Now, do you think his quarterback, Justin Fields, or number 1 pick from last year, Trevor Lawrence, will have a better year this year? What do you think? Fields or Lawrence? Type JF for Justin Fields. Type TL for Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence is actually, I believe, the only rookie quarterback from last year that's starting that Fields won't go up against this year. He's got to play Mac Jones. He's got to play Zach Wilson. He's going to play Trey Lance week 1 unless they start Jimmy Garoppolo. He's also playing Davis Mills. Only one he's not playing is Trevor Lawrence. So who will have the better year? Type JF for Justin Fields or type TL for Trevor Lawrence. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button here on YouTube because we continue to publish videos every single day, sometimes multiple videos per day, because that's how we roll. Subscribe, join the movement. We'll have you guys covered here on the channel as we get closer and closer to 50,000 subscribers. The prodigy, as we'll answer a few more here, is if Roquan is the captain on defense, should the second captain be Eddie Jackson or Jaylon Johnson? And Fields is the captain on offense, should the second be Mooney or Monty? I think Monty has a reputation for being a team captain type. If Eberflus goes with season-long captains, which he says he hasn't decided if he's going to do season-long or weekly. I hope season-long because the weekly thing just got reckless under Matt Nagy. I think weekly can work, but I just think we're scarred from the last regime, so I'd rather go season-long. Here would be my captains. Fields, Roquan, Montgomery, DeAndre Houston Carson on special teams, and then let's say you have 2 wild cards. I'd probably go Mooney, and then I'd probably go maybe Jaylon Johnson, but they're challenging him right now. They may not view him as that guy. Maybe Robert Quinn. Maybe he's a possibility as well. Okay, Monty Mooney, Roquan, top 4 linebacker after this year with the new head coach. He's already close. I mean, I think he's top 5 for sure. The only ones you would say are, in the conversation for being better, Fred Warner, the guys in Tampa, Devin White, Levante David. I think Roquan's right there, though. Darius Leonard's probably a tick better right now, but Roquan's in that conversation. He's top 5. Micah Crowder, where are Borum, Jenkins, and Graham Jr.? How are they performing, and what will their positions be? Larry Borum playing left tackle. Apparently he's, impressing Chris Morgan, the offensive line coach. Tevin Jenkins said on Tuesday he's told he's a right tackle, so for now, he's going to play over there. Sounds like he's the leader to start. Thomas Graham Jr., haven't heard a ton out around him. I think he's a backup right now, but he'll get opportunities to show his worth, and we'll see. Thomas Graham, his best chance of starting would be at nickel, I think. Can he beat out a Tavon Young, a quality vet? I don't know. I think Tavon Young would start if they played tomorrow, but maybe that's different here in 4 months. Tough guy. Nicholas Ritchie had a good point. Adams had great chemistry with Fields last season. Why not pick him up? Adams. Who's Adams? Talking about Devontae Adams? Who's Adams? Help me out here in the chat, guys. Oh, Rodney Adams, who's with the Jets now, I believe. Rodney Adams, and let me just say this, and this is not to diminish what you guys are saying because it's true, they had good chemistry. He's a journeyman for a reason. It's kind of like Jesper Horsted. They're kind of like these preseason warriors. Ryan Nall's a good example where, in preseason and camp, they show good things. But, there's a reason they're not every down players. The last regime, we can give them a lot of blame. But, they've been around the game for a while. They can evaluate talent. Rodney Adams is a fringe NFL player. If they wanted to re-sign him and let him compete for a roster spot, sure, I'd be open to it. But at the same time, he's a wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6, practice squad guy. So that's just the reality of the situation. Appreciate you guys for submitting all your questions, all the super chats. It's fantastic. It really supports the show, so I appreciate it. You can also follow me on Instagram if we didn't get to your questions, at HGramNFL, at HGramNFL. That's also my handle on Twitter. Light me up, and we'll chat back and forth over there.